My name is Megan Fuller, and this is my story. March of last year, John and I found out we were pregnant with our second child. We already had a 2-year-old at the time. Her name is Rinley. When we found out we were pregnant, we were extremely excited. So excited to meet this new baby, for Rinley to have a sibling. And then when I was 11 weeks pregnant, we found out that JJ didn't have part of his skull. Had multiple doctor's appointments every few weeks, multiple scans. For the longest time, they couldn't for sure tell if he had true anencephaly or if he had a form of what Rinley has, which is hypophosphatasia. So we did an MRI to see if he truly did not have his skull, and they believed after seeing that he truly had anencephaly. But in that midst, we were still praying and believing and hoping for a divine miracle. So throughout the pregnancy, the doctors kept telling us there's a high chance of him not making it to birth, that he has a high chance of dying in utero. And that was a constant reminder every single visit. God just came in though, and he set a peace over me at least. And I never had a doubt that he would pass away in utero. He was a fighter. He had the strongest heartbeat that I think he was going to fight until he got to meet us here in this world. October 15th, I went in to the OB/ED, and because I felt like I was leaking amniotic fluid. And it turned out I was, so they decided to do a C-section. As I'm laying on the table, everybody's talking, and then it just goes silent. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's not alive, and okay, God, just get us through this. And then a little bit later, you just hear this little baby cat cry is all I can how to describe it. After that, they brought him over to John and I, and he cried a little bit and did all his little cute sounds, and then they moved me back to the delivery room. He was born at 7:09 p.m. and he passed away at 9:33 p.m. in his father's arms, and we named him John David Fuller Jr. after his daddy. After we had been home for a while, the feelings of anger, jealousy, the unfairness of everything that just happened based on what we had gone before with Rinley. So, and I would feel guilty for feeling these things, and like I would try to be happy for other people, but then the feelings of all those, anger, jealousy, whatever you feel, kept domineering over what God was trying to do and trying to heal me. Mid-December, I came back and led worship for the first time since having JJ. That day was a huge part of healing for me and of letting go of all of the anger, the jealousy, the unfairness of what we've gone through. And God began to restore. And there was just such a hunger that I had for him during that time after that I just needed more and I wanted more. And someone told me that he draws near to the brokenhearted, and that is so true. And so from then on out, I was on fire. I was on fire for God. I was on fire for healing. Restoration was setting in. And then I went back to work beginning of January. And so my life returned back to the new normal, and I wasn't focusing on God as much as I had been the 12 weeks I had been off. And so the chains around my heart started to form again between Christ and I, and there was a heaviness on me, like a dark heaviness. A month or two after I'd been at work, I was here one Sunday, and I had multiple people just come up to me and they prayed over me. And the chains literally, I could feel like the weight lifting off of my heart and my shoulders. And that fire lit back up. Being a mother to Renly throughout this whole journey kept me busy. And it really helped me from diving into those feelings of sorrow, anger, as much as I did. And she honestly helped me stay focused on the end game and focus on God too, and to not let those feelings take over my being.
You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. I hear the whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true, I will rescue you. Oh, I will rescue you.
Being a mother is rewarding. It's a blessing. I needed to be a mother to JJ, and God gave me the opportunity, while the doctors gave me the opportunity of not being a mother. But I knew that I needed to be his mother, and he needed a mother, no matter how long he was going to be here on earth. When he was born, it was a miracle in itself. Even though he wasn't here on this earth very long, he was still very much a miracle. Being a mother to JJ was the best gift God gave me. While he was here on earth, he was loved. I got to hold him, comfort him, tell him how much I loved him, to where he knew nothing but love. During this season, I'm not going to lie and say that it was not difficult for John and I to go through as a couple. There were times of individual grieving. However, God came in and He restored that irritation into love, just being in tune with each other. And He made it stronger than it had been before, to where we can lean on each other more than trying to do things separately on our own. So that time on stage where God broke the chains over my heart the second time, up there worshiping, it became to a place where it was just Him and I in the room, like a father-daughter talking through worship. And He restored me even more than what I knew I actually needed. He's just continued to fulfill me actually each time I've worshiped different parts that I didn't know I needed. And my relationship with Him has grown tremendously. My faith has even been stronger than what it was before. Motherhood for me now is just, there's a lot more thankfulness. There is a lot less taking for granted of things, as in having a healthy child. Don't take that for granted. Be thankful for your healthy children. To the mothers who have lost a child, to ones who have lost a child in womb, to mothers who have aborted, to mothers who are disappointed. It's okay to feel all those feelings of anger, being afraid, disappointment, but just don't stay there. Allow God to come in and heal you. Allow Him to restore all those feelings and that heaviness that you carry around daily. Do not let it fester and stay put. Because God will come in and He will restore you. He will start to heal you. Because if you feel like you're not worthy or you're not deserving of this healing, I'm here to remind you that you are. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy.